Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good day in the market. It's July 23rd, Wednesday. We're going to review my 0-day options today on SPY. Remember that sickness that my family had? Yep, I now have it. It's like a second wind for me to have it because I kind of had it initially, and now it's like a COVID. It's not fun, but it's not that bad. But it's not fun. So I'm gonna keep this pretty brief, but was able to make it to the trading table today and place my wagers. Let's see, this week so far there's been these trades in the morning in the first like 30 minutes. And I've been missing them because I've kind of been more I've just been more geared to kind of the morning being bad and then there being a trade midday maybe. But yeah, so I've kind of just been sleeping at the wheel for these morning trades. And again, today I did the same thing. Given they've been fast, but there's a time when I would definitely catch a trade in the first hour or so when there was one. Like this one I would have most likely caught. However, this one was pretty fast still, but yeah, same thing as yesterday. There was a nice trade in the first like hour, and then there wasn't really a trade for a long time. And kind of same thing happened today. But yeah, got a purple channel here, kind of a shoulder liquidity, nice sprouting head out of there, and just grabbed it. It was fast, and yeah, pretty good volume this morning. I was at 9:40, so pretty quick from the opening bell. I'm usually, yeah, that's pretty soon after opening bell. So I had that, and then sold off. Kind of found this tapering green channel. I don't think I found it that early. No, I didn't see that till later. At that point, I think all I had was basically magenta, so I was looking for magenta to build liquidity again. And it didn't really show up. Kind of just kept. Oh, I had white actually too. This one. No, I didn't have that one. What one did I have? That might have been it. Yeah, I had magenta, but it kind of didn't really build any nice structure down here, so didn't take any trades down here. Let me just see where I actually even did take trades on the small account. I did quite a few trades today on it, actually. Yeah, not the best. Kind of got chasing my tail again middle of the day, like yesterday. So here are the trades. I'm actually break even, pretty much like yesterday. So crazy. Worked out the same way. Also, I did like 4 red trades and 1 green trade, and we'll go over them here. First one was at, what's at 10:12. So given that there's a small account challenge, that's another reason why my trading style has to be a little more different, like a little different. I have to have very tight, I have to have tight stops, and I can't, I'm not trying to get exposure to everything I think that's going to work. I'm just waiting for like the major moves, more or less. At least that's kind of what I think I'm doing. So yeah, right here, 10:12, that ready candle, shoulder, head, and then this grabbing that shoulder, and it also broke the purple, so that's again what I was waiting for. At that point, I didn't have a flatter, less aggressive bearish control like you see here on this gold one, and even this white one. Let's see, yeah, gold. However, Emperor did, and so I like charted it right as I was entering that trade. So like this came down, and then I just charted this, trying to figure out if there was a less aggressive one, because typically there is, it seems like. And I kind of put this down here, and then it was like, you can see it bounced off there twice. It was right about, yeah, it was right about there that I entered, and then I saw that, and I'm like, oh shoot. So if I had unlimited trades or whatever, a different strategy with a bigger account, could have easily taken first profit here, and then done a break even stop. I don't quite have that luxury with this one, so that's where it's kind of a little different. So I held this one until 10:17, which was this candle after it broke my white. And so yeah, not too bad of a stop though. I've increased my delta a little bit. I think that's helped, and I got a pretty good fill on this actually. So I was 39 cents to 34. Not awful. It's better than the spreads on SPX, which I trade on the bigger account. SPY's, tight spreads, more liquidity. So yeah, close that one out there. I do. And then then I'm thinking, well, now I do have this white one confirmed, so then I'm like, well, if it breaks that, then that will be my go. I think, let's see if I did that. 1035 back into puts. Yep, right on this candle. So broke the white. Again, nice shoulder here, nice head, retested VWAP. Broke the white, and I got it on this candle somewhere in here. And that candle did close under there, which is what I was looking for. But failed to continue, so it needed more liquidity further down. And on Emperor's chart, he did have it further down. On mine, it broke it there. So yeah, that was that. Chopped around there, grinded. Where did I close that? I mean, I managed my risk good, so I'm happy about him, even though my accuracy was low. I was 35 to 42. Yeah, so breaking the white again. Same deal, broke the white, I closed out. And not down a whole lot, really. And then calls. One call. Oh, it was actually 2 trades. Oh, interesting. 11:24, I got a call. So let's see. Right here. So inverse head and shoulder there. Also breaking this green. Was it the green that I was looking at that point? I need to do my recaps sooner. I forget what I was doing. Yeah, it was the green. So it broke the green. Nice little inverse head and shoulder. Yeah, so I'm looking for basically a cup to complete at this point. This trade, yeah, it was the right idea. So the problem here is, yeah, my stop is going to be breaking this green or this gold. I don't know if I had the gold there at that point, but so it's a pretty wide stop. So yeah, let me see, what did we do here? So I actually closed it at 11:32 for a profit. Yeah, so that was just because it had, I don't think I had that gold at that point. Sorry, my brain's so scattered right now. So big red candle engulfing, and I closed on the next candle. That's basically why. It was too early, but then it made a nice bounce back on that as resistance. So this is when I had stepped away, because at this point I'm like, all right, we're grinding up in this gold. I needed to break the gold to the upside, and that's right. That was the thinking. I'm like, well, this isn't enough. The risk reward here is pretty awful. Midday chopping, and so I'm like, I'm gonna wait for it to break this gold to the upside, and I could take a chase trade like that, or for it to complete a cup. But so I probably still wouldn't have caught this, just because, again, it hadn't broken the gold, but it did make another nice inverse head and shoulder, broke the green perfectly, and retested this and turned this into support. So you could have, again, if you had more trades and you're trying to be more aggressive, could have been in there on the bounce on support or the break here. But your risk to reward without this news candle, I don't know what would have happened. But yeah, basically this was a news candle, went insane. I missed that. And then you're just being careful to check your FOMO, check your emotions. And I was good. So now I'm waiting so cup's completed. Now I'm waiting for a handle. Waiting for green. This seemed like the most reliable one, building structure for bulls. And 123, I got a call. Oh yeah. Okay, so actually on the big account, I got puts right here. When it didn't break and it rejected, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get puts. You have a nice shoulder here, you've got a head. It's at a resistance. So I actually caught this move on the big account, and I think that one was actually not even a bad trade. I think that was my first trade on here. I wanted to get exposure to it, but I didn't want to use a small account because I only had one trade left. It's that kind of thing where I have to trade a little differently with a different mindset. Let's see. I think it's this one. Yeah, 285 to 360, then to 440. That's the one. 107, 112 to 115. Yeah, so I just got on the resistance. Even just that little move. Actually, I closed one on that candle because this gold was actually gold. Turns out. So this was a nice one. Very accurate. Let's see, 285. Yeah, that was pretty good percentage there. And then my last one was a break-even stop. But anyways, I was waiting for the long. So that was a mutual interest trade, retracement trade, whatever you want to call it. But trading in the wedge, which you've got to be tight on your profits, tight on your risks. Helps, of course, if you're just opening at resistances that you're certain about and supports that you're pretty comfortable with. But on the small account, I did right here, got it. So 123, it broke it. I was kind of wanting a little red candle retest. It didn't give it, and this just continued to grind up. Just inside candles, very ugly, low volume, and I'm like, oh no, this is not the action I needed. So I was hoping volume to kick up now that it broke this, and grab this shoulder right here, and we would have ripped in a much steeper algo. But it didn't. It just grinded, and the volume never came in. And I'm like, oh man. And back here when it did that, remember what we're doing is then it comes down to retest. So this whole time it's coming up here, it's like getting further away from where I'm thinking it might give me an inverse head to retest. So that's in the back of my head also. And then on Emperor's chart, it was just perfectly rejecting this blue as a resistance, which is similar to my channels, but yeah, that looked like it was building liquidity for a shoulder, an inverse head and shoulder, but then it would come back down. I was like, do I really want to hold it through all that? And I was like, no, I don't want to be holding through all that. If take profit, if it comes down here, I'll just get on the big account and call it. So I held through for quite a while, and I mean the contracts were gaining value because they were higher delta, which helps. So it went from 36 cents to 43 cents. So that took off all my losses, which was 1, 2, 3 red trades. And yeah, made up for it with that one. So 123 to 136. I think it was on, let's see. Yeah, it was on this candle. So that was kind of my thinking behind that. Sometimes you'll get, yeah, just break into the upside out of it. But it was just happening slow. This looked like liquidity being built, and I just wanted to reduce my risk. I wasn't looking at my P&L, but I thought in my head I was thinking this maybe it's put me back to break even. Actually, I wasn't even that optimistic. I thought I'd still be red, but I wasn't. Yeah, so it was on this candle, and then it kind of kept grinding, and then we did have a nice green candle. So this would have bumped it up. I think they were like 20 bucks. So this was my original plan to close at a day or top of this gold. But see what happens when you have low volume is you get these, sometimes you'll just get bigger volume players that come in and just jack the market up like this one. So that's where you got to be careful. And yeah, if I held any bit too long, these would have gone from green to very red. If I closed down there, which I don't know what I would have done, but yeah, but then it set up a nice inverse head and shoulder. I don't think this, or yeah, this was news too. I think something else along with this news. This was EU tariff deal, and this was don't get too excited yet. Something along those lines. So, but we made a cup here, and we had a nice inverse head. It stayed above this gold, so I was still bullish. There's some liquidity up here, some of this, of course, big volume. And then it came up here, looking for it to break white, which is this one, and gold. Or not gold, what is this other one? Green. Hard to see because my markers. So yeah, I think I took this trade on the big account. Had a couple nice trades in here. Let me see if, 3. Yeah, this one I think was 100%. 205. Yeah, so I got on this candle right here. I was out of buying power on the small account, so chasing my tail. VWAP dumb. Yeah, 205. So I got on this candle on the retest. Got a few SPX calls. It started melting up again. Oh boy, another melt up. But thankfully this one did start to get some bigger green candles then. It didn't just slowly grind up. Later in the day, maybe helped. So I bought it for $2.95, sold the first one for $4.10. So that was a nice little move. That was at $2.10. Sold one at $4.90 for $4.90 at $2.13, and then $6.20. So that's over 100%. And that last one, $2.05 to $2.22. So $2.05, and then the last one was at right there on that candle. Yep. So top of the gold, like I said, that was my profit taking. I usually like to leave one as a runner, but I don't need to. You know, it. I had it. Yeah. Wait, where was that one? Yeah, 222. Yeah, on this candle. It wasn't at the top of this candle. It was like here. I had a limit. I saw it here. I had a limit. I was trying to close it, and it just filled it. So yeah, happy about that trade. And yeah, with the big account, when I'm having 3 contracts, I need to hold the first. I need to hold the first 2 longer. I'm just like so anxious to get out of them, take profits when they're going in my direction, and then I don't really have, not really relax until I'm down to 1, and I can put a stop on it. On the small account, I kind of have that the whole time, just with 1 contract, but it's not as bad. Of course, it's a smaller amount, so I guess I could size down, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that was a nice trade right there. So we've got one here, another one here, kind of this similar structure, inverse head and shoulders, breaking this green, and then I did one trappy trade in here that was a small stop. But yeah, not bad price action today. A little sketchy. That was also part of the reason I didn't leave a runner, because I'm like, people are talking right now, and these candles are getting wild, and you don't know what's coming. So to just reduce risk up here on all of them, not have any runners, because this would have turned that green trade into a red trade. Thanks for watching, guys. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Money 6 round. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.